Yeah. Guys, I'm blown away. 10 subs on the day. I mean, I think the most I've ever gotten outside of a 24-hour stream is something like 15 or 14. This is one of the... You guys are killing it. Just thank you so much. I sound like a broken record. I wish I had other ways to express to you how thankful I am, but that's awesome. Just really trying to build this up, you know? I'm streaming every day that I can for usually as few as 5 hours, as many as like 7, 8, or 9 even, if I'm really taken away. I've been really enjoying it, and it's been awesome seeing the different games on stream. We've been doing that for a few months now. It's hard to do with a Starcraft background as a pro gamer. Most of you guys follow me from Starcraft, you know? And playing other games is not necessarily what everyone wants to see, but the fact that we've been able to do that on some level and had some really productive streams is just so cool. Makes me really hopeful for the future. Makes me, you know, excited about, like, okay, well, what game do I think my fans, my community would like to see me play and hang out with, and we've been able to do that. So, shout out to you guys. Current subs, former subs, and those of you that are yet to be a sub that soon will be. You don't even know it. Some of the people I'm talking to right now, guys, think about that. Some of you aren't a sub, but you will be someday. Isn't that amazing? You look back at this moment and you'll be like, why didn't I do it earlier? Why didn't I do it earlier? Geoff, you played and then streamed as far as I can remember, and please keep it up. I will, man. I love streaming. It's not like, you know, this is not me flogging myself or torturing myself. This is awesome. I vastly prefer playing. I'm a spotlight guy, you know. I like being on stage, and streaming is like being on stage while playing games. So I'm gonna play games no matter what. If I can play games for people and entertain and talk and stuff, that's what I want, man. That's what I want. Go back to fortune telling. I do it upon request, man. I didn't. It got to the point where people were upset and demanding and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that. But if anyone's like, hey, I want my fortune read, you'll fucking get your fortune read for a sub, bruh. Bruh. A little bit sad we had to wait that full like 10 minutes. That was kind of silly. I don't know if the other people just didn't click the ready button or if it's mandatory that way. You're such a real down-to-earth guy, so I'll try to support you a bit. Hey, man. Anything and everything's appreciated, and your kind words mean a lot. I try to be down-to-earth, you know? To some people, I'm really egotistical and mean. And I think the kind of unfortunate thing about this medium of entertainment, you know, is they're not wrong. It's just that they saw me say something, and in that snippet, in that moment of time, without the full context or without seeing me in other situations, you could interpret me as egotistical or mean or bad, you know? So, it used to really bother me because I'm like a people pleaser as well. I don't like having anyone upset at me, but the older I got, the more I learned it's just going to happen in my personal life and also in my, you know, gaming life. So, I'm just more at peace with it. Doesn't mean I don't strive to be a better person. I don't try not to hurt people or upset them, but it does mean that sometimes it's going to happen, and, you know, if I can fix it, I'll try. Or if it's just going to be that, it's just going to be that, you know. But thank you for the kind words, man. Yeah, the penis perk's huge, man. Den Gale Monk. But it's not just penises, too, okay? It's got female enhancement in there as well. I wonder how many... I wonder why none of my donations to streamers have been showing up. Oh, it could be something with your PayPal. Oh, wait, are you... Well, I got a $4 donation 4 minutes ago from I'm Infamous. He says, after getting off my first real hard day of work and finally getting back from the commute, it's awesome to chill with a beer and just to be able to relax your stream. Thanks for the hours you've put in. Thank you, man. And that's... hits me in the feels, man. I like that. I love the idea of me providing some chill time for people and them feeling good about it. On my stream, it doesn't read it out unless you... yeah, it was you. It doesn't read it out unless it's $5. $1, 50 cents, 1 cent. It's all appreciated, so thank you. Just trying to incentivize a higher price point, obviously, so that, you know, people donate $5 or something like that. Whatever. Whatevs. Geoff, do you foresee a time in which you think you may end up stop playing StarCraft 2? You know, that's interesting. Do I foresee a time? Sure, man. Like StarCraft 3. You know, like the next iteration of the game, if it came out, I wouldn't play StarCraft 2. Just like we've all moved on with each expansion. Would I stop StarCraft 2 outside of that, which is, I think, the spirit of the question that you're asking? The only way I ever would is if there was like no more tournaments and people, like if I every time I streamed it literally did nothing, like nobody subbed, nobody donated. I don't need 5,000 people watching me. Like, you know, we've got 300. I've had about 300 all day, which is a small stream in the grand scheme of things for Twitch, but 10 subs, that's 200% productivity as far as I'm concerned. So that's a great day. So as long as the game is fun, it's being patched, Blizzard's paying attention to it, there's tournaments, and streaming it isn't a zero-sum gain, then yeah, I will. Which, you know, it's a funny answer. Some people are going to hear that and be like, oh, so as long as you can make money? It's like, yeah, kind of, man. I'm a professional gamer. I do have to make money. I'm not going to just give up on life in the name of playing video games. I think that would be pretty irresponsible to Anna. She'd be like, what? I'm like, yeah, honey, I've decided I'm not going to make any money. You've got to support me now. She'd do it because she's that fucking cool, but I would die. I'm like I have to be earning and working, otherwise I'm not happy. Yeah, I hear you, Muek. I hear you. Being down to earth doesn't mean you don't tell people they suck if they do. You know, I hear you on that. Yep, that's right, Grayson. Small viewership, but dedicated. Yeah, and that's... No, I'm happy. In Total War, we got up to like 1,300 viewers a couple times. Just playing a different game. Some of those people were like, "Oh, cool, let's check this out." XCOM, we've had 1,000 or 500. You know, like that's cool. And then Starcraft, on a good day where nobody else is streaming, I'll have 700, 800, 1,000, 1,200. Like those numbers are fine. And even in all of Twitch, I'm gonna play a ladder game here, by the way, unless there's someone to play, but there's not. Even on Twitch, you know, like we're all accustomed to the big streams, Lyric Summit, Soda Papa, and these guys have tens of thousands of people watching them, of course. And then there's like that medium tier, like 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Those people all have huge streams because Twitch is so big these days. If you have 300 to 1,000 people, you're actually a pretty big stream. You're not necessarily at the top of any game, but you're a pretty big stream. It's not like it used to be in Starcraft, where every top Starcraft streamer had 3, 4, 5, 6, 10,000 or whatever it was. You know, it's not like that anymore at all. You sound like a jerk. You should be doing what you love and not what makes you money? That's interesting. I think you're trolling, I guess. I don't know why someone saying that they're doing something for money makes them a jerk. So I guess you're trolling. But that's actually not what I said. Everything around me talking about how I have to make money to earn a living as an adult human being is not me saying that I don't also love what I'm doing. I said several times over and over again that I'm really lucky to be doing this. Alright, he's mad. Zergs just keep going for these cheeses on this map. But also, hey, watch the trolling. It's really annoying. Calling me a jerk is not ever going to fly very far in here. Not gonna do you super well. You can't kill him, bud. This probe could kill you. Nope. I actually don't even feel. I feel a little bit weird just because someone would even accuse me of not being thankful for what I do. I talk all the time about how thankful I am. But I also feel very confident in telling you that it's really dumb to look down on someone for talking about making money. I think that's this weird internet thing that needs to just go away. I'm not trolling, and I didn't call you a jerk. I said that you sound like one. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand that there's no distinction between the two? Like, if someone sounds like a jerk, they are a jerk? Unless, I mean, we're going to get into this weird semantic debate, but when you accuse someone of sounding like something, that's essentially the same as calling them that thing. No one is going to be like, oh, okay, you're not calling me a jerk, you just said I sound like one. That doesn't make anyone feel better about what you're saying. And you can drop the attitude, too, if it's like, laugh out loud, you're so dumb type of thing. Just sit back, enjoy the stream, listen to me, and if you feel like asking or telling me I sound like a jerk, just skip it. It's not going to be well received. I think that's something you could probably wrap your head around. You were just saying your first impressions? Well, I guess a life lesson then for you. Some serious cheese going on here. I know. That's actually a really good point. Mantis Technique says it's kind of funny that someone would accuse me of playing and casting Starcraft just for money. That's like... I mean, I get the point he's trying to make is like, if you're going to do something for money, it probably isn't Starcraft. Black Milk! Thanks for the resub, dude. 4 months already? Has that much time fucking flied by? Thank you, dude. I think the point that he's trying to make is less specific. I mean, we could just pick it apart, obviously. And he's saying that he just came by. It's his first impression, whatever. That's like the internet thing where it's like mouth vomit. It's like, you can't be upset at me. I'm just telling you my opinion. It's like, well, of course I can. I'm treating you like a human being. And if you say stupid shit, I hold you to a standard that you're smart enough not to do that. Well, you shouldn't. It's like, oh, okay. I guess. But anyways, the point he's trying to make is, like, the outer concept is if you only do things for money, then you're a bad person. On the one hand, I think that there's a certain degree of that that's true. If I literally said I hate StarCraft, I don't care for it, or just some degree of, like, I don't like StarCraft, I'm just here to make money, that's kind of a crummy thing to say. There's a lot of people that really are passionate about this game and love it, and of course they should be prioritized as people that, you know, hopefully get more because they are more a part of the community and whatnot. But then there's a part of me, there's the devil's advocate, there's the debater in me that's kind of like, no, actually, fuck that. If someone wants to make a living, who's to say they have to love what they're doing? Why does that make them a jerk? Who the fuck are we to look at someone that's working and be like, do you love what you do? And they're like, no, not really, but I gotta earn this living because, you know, that's how society works. Well, you're a jerk. And it's like, who the fuck does that? It's only something that on the internet, and probably specifically with gaming, that even manifests, that even shows up. But it shows up a lot, you guys. That's why it's worth talking about. It's really weird. Really crazy. Like, one of the big disses that someone will say in the gaming world is like, you're only here to make money. And 99% of the time, that's not true. It's just not. If you're making money in esports, chances are you have a passion for it, because otherwise you wouldn't have gotten to the point where you're making that money. But then it's just this, like, funny world where it's like, but let's do the even if. Like, even if they are there only to make money, why is that a bad thing? Why the fuck is that a bad thing? It's this weird insecurity with the internet. And I've had people argue, so very few people will take it and actually argue the next layer to that, because they know that it's a weak stance to try and take. But I've had a few people tell me, they're like, well, I work a construction job, and I broke my hand the other day, and it's just, I'm out in the sun, and it's really fucking hard, and you should feel, people in your position are so lucky, and they can never complain, and they should know how lucky they are. And even in that situation, it's like, I'm sorry you got a shitty job, but in what world does that give you the right to be angry at people with better jobs, and then demand that they love what they're doing and can never complain? That they all of a sudden don't have problems. And those people, I've had this argument with a few people, and they've actually usually turned it around where they're like, okay, I understand. The epic derp gamer, whatever, honestly, in the end, don't take it personally. Because I would say that to anyone, because it sounded like you said that if StarCraft 3 came out and you played it and liked it, but people did watch, you would not play it. Anyway, anyone in the end, I apologize for offending you. Like I said, that is just my belief, and please don't take it personally. I can't remember, were you the guy we're talking about? I thought it was a different name. No, it was you. No, it's fine. It's a talking point. That's why you're not banned or anything like that, dude. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulder, and I actually, to be honest, someone that speaks their mind is someone that I'd like to have around. It's good. It's just in this stream you gotta be careful about how you communicate that, because it's the internet. I can't tell if you're being nice or mean. So if you word something a certain way, it looks bad. Like when someone adds LOL to the end of everything they say, it comes off super snidey and snarky, right? But maybe you didn't mean that at all. No, I understand. And like you said, you came in first time seeing me or the stream or whatever and heard me talk about StarCraft 3, and that was your opinion. Well, I'm glad we were able to get it out there, but my point still stands, where it's like, you're wrong about me specifically. I'm been playing StarCraft for 18 years. The idea that I'd be trying to make, only playing this to make money or something is laughable. It's really laughable. I'm one of the hardest working, longest standing people in this community that's done a lot. I don't need to toot my own horn too much, but anyways. But then also with how small StarCraft is, the idea that you're only here to make money is actually really funny. But the even if argument that I'm making is, what if I was? What if I was a guy that's just like, this is what I do for a living? I actually really like CSGO, but I'm doing StarCraft for a living. Why would we hate that guy? Would we be as impassioned about them and excited about them? Probably not, because they self-admittedly aren't themselves. So I understand that, I get that. But I guarantee you, if someone was like that, if someone out there was like, I do StarCraft, that's what I do, but I actually I'm excited about MOBA games. That's my passion. I guarantee you they would every single day get hateful comments about how they're trying to cash in and how bad they are and stuff like that. And it's just weird.
Hey everybody, it is Adam here with another update, and we're getting ready for E3, and we've got a big surprise for all of you. So we're gonna...
God, Adam's videos are so fucking bad. They cut off every time. Anyways, I'm on a bit of a crusade about that, as you can see. Because it's something I've dealt with for a long time. There's a lot of people... It's not just the epic derp gamer who, again, thank you for voicing your opinion the way you did. It's not just him who has those kind of feels. And I will fight against it every step I take in gaming, because I just... Man, I'm doing a lot of waiting. I'm not, you know, I just, the nice thing about gaming and content and stuff like that, think about it this way, and this is why, to me, it's like a really weak argument to fight against it, but in gaming, we're not forced to consume content. Like, you don't have to watch my stream. Let me get this game going here. Play with a sub here. And like I said, if you want to play some games in between stuff like this, feel free to hop in. Channel in control. I'll be Terran. I'll off race if you're not that good. Anyways, to finish my point, you don't have to watch a stream. When you watch a tournament, there's like 6 broadcasters there. You know, so part of the reason why the really impassioned and dedicated people rise to the top is because that's the X factor. You have options, and in a world where you have options, you're probably going to prefer the person that really likes what they're doing and knows about what they're doing, and that's their passion in esports, anyways, right? You're not going to run into too many people that are working like a 9-to-5 basic job that are like experts at what they do. They're just doing it because it's a job. But in gaming and broadcasts and stuff like that, where it's really specialized and specific in terms of who gets those jobs, that's different. You're going to have choices, but the X factor is that people really care about what they're doing and they're really passionate about it. So, anyways, that's why most people you see in positions of power in entertainment and stuff like that, for gaming in particular, they really are specialized and they really do like what they're doing. There's some hosts in Starcraft and in other games that are not all about that game. They prefer other games and stuff, but that's okay because they're not in a position where they're talking about the game more. They're just kind of covering around it. So I think that's more acceptable. Can't hold on. The streamer is not ignoring the chat, you fucking idiot. I actually already responded to that. Believe it or not, I don't want to say the same thing over and over again. You asked about the snoring? I already answered about the snoring. One of the most annoying things anyone can ever do is passive-aggressively complain. Holy crap.